Oh, it's fantastic for comedy.
Most definitely.
Oh, I think it's great for comedy.
Yes and no.
I think if you like comedy and you don't take it too seriously, I think wherever you have comedy, it's got to be a good thing.
Yeah, I think it would be good to get a new crowd for comedy.
I mean, comedy's been up against the ropes. Comedy was starting to hit that point of, cancel culture really leaking in and having people be very, skittish on what they're willing to talk about. And then, add in the pandemic on top of that, right? Where comedy is completely strangled and there's nowhere to even perform. So this is perfect for comedy. This is exactly the resurgence that comedy needs. And frankly, this place is going to be home base for comedy going forward. This is going to be the new home for comedy in America, not just here in Austin.
I feel like being in like an urban city like this and such a popular city, that it will only do good.
I think that comedians, it's moments of levity where people can kind of engage and realize we all have differences, and there's nothing wrong with that. We can celebrate our differences and celebrate our different cultures, and not be afraid to kind of joke about what makes everyone unique in that way. And I think that's positive, and comedians shine a light on that. And we should encourage that, and instead of what's happening right now, it's diminishing that or trying to silence them. It's silly.
It can be offensive sometimes, like what he says. Some people can't take that, but at the same time, he's not targeting that crowd of people.
There's so much darkness in the world. Have a bit of fun. Don't take it too seriously. Don't be offended by the words.
I'm most excited for the future. I think that's what this really is. This is just the opening week of something that's going to be a long-standing staple, not just here in Austin, but in comedy as a whole. I mean, this is going to be right up there with the Comedy Cellar in New York in terms of iconic places for this art form.
It's going to bring a lot of people to Six, so my friends and I, we all work down here, so that's good news for us.
What I'm most excited for is to have a good time, for not just a bar scenario, not just a party scene, but also just like a chill, relaxed, different kind of scene that Austin doesn't really have yet.
I lived in New York, Los Angeles for a long time. I think it's exciting to have a comedy club where you might have surprise guests. Some of these clubs in LA and New York, they're known for comedians who will come preview new material and they'll come unannounced. I'm hoping that Austin gets a little of that as well. It'd be nice to have some big names come in and kind of surprise us from time to time and really bring a big comedy element to the Central Coast.
I guess it's kind of cool to have it here because, I mean, like I said, it brings in a lot, different kinds of people. But at the same time, it could cause probably a lot of controversy. Maybe people don't want it here, so maybe it gives Austin a bad rep. But maybe it also brings in a good rep for Austin from people who do like Joe Rogan.